Hello, everyone. Thank you very much. We'll just take a moment and let everyone that's joining the meeting access into the room, and then we will get started. Um, okay, it looks like we have our full crowd, and I'll be watching for more attendees that will be arriving late. We'd like to take a moment just to thank you for joining the AFCI Global Location Showcase. This is an opportunity where producers and other filmmakers and creators can take part and learn a lot more about the specific regions of our members here at AFCI. In this presentation today, we're excited to be able to feature the Kurdistan Film Commission Slemani. And I'd like to take a moment to introduce you to Bavi Yasin, who will be launching this presentation. She's the film commissioner. And Bavi, please take it away.
Thank you, Marsh. Thank you for the opportunity for us to present Kurdistan. And I would like to thank you personally and the AFCI for this opportunity. And I'm also very, very happy to be able to present our services, stunning locations, and everything about our very small, tiny region in the Middle East. I'm Bavi Yasin. I'm the founder and the chairperson of the Kurdistan Film Commission. I will not say much. The only thing I'm going to say is that Kurdistan region throughout history been known for one motto that was actually really, really sad. No friends but the mountains, because we had no friends in the region that could protect us. We always had to flee to the mountains during many wars. That was like, we were surrounded by it. But now that the world has changed, the region has changed, I thought the perfect motto for our film commission would be, but we have so much more than just the mountains, because we truly have much, much more than just the mountains, our rich history, culture, and stunning locations. So that is why our commission took this motto and started promoting Kurdistan, far away from war and sadness. I will give the floor to Lina, one of my dedicated team members from the very first day that we started this commission. She will do the presentation, but I remain here for the Q&A for anyone who has questions. Good luck, Lina.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be having this conversation with everyone here. Once again, my name is Lina, and I will be honored to present our commission to you today. So to begin with, just a quick introduction about who we are and what we do. We are a very newly established film commission. We were established in 2024. We are actually the only film commission in all of Kurdistan and Iraq. Our first international presence ever was in the 2024 European Film Market at Berlinale. We were actually the first booth ever to represent Kurdistan outside of the country and have an international appearance. And we're also internationally recognized and members of both AFCI and associations of Asian film commissioners, AFCNet. And as many other film commission, we are a non-profit flag initiative. We fall directly under the office of the current Deputy Prime Minister of the Kurdistan Regional Government. This has its own advantages that allows us for easygoing procedures when it comes to permits, when it comes to a lot of logistics and many things. This thing has allowed us to have direct access to all of the governmental institutions, ministries, security forces, and by this, we kind of bypass the chain of command that, countries like us usually permits, stuff like logistical matters take a long time for it to process. Us being under the umbrella of the Deputy Prime Minister office allows us to bypass that that entire process, which makes our commission more trustworthy to people who are coming to visit. And we're also granting security and safety for the people that join or come to Kurdistan or Slemani through our commission. So to kind of show you or visualize where we are, I know a lot of people may have questions about where Kurdistan is, what Kurdistan is, and in general. So to give you a very, as we're very short on time, to give you a very short kind of description about Kurdistan and where we are. The bigger Kurdistan is located in Turkey and in Iran, Syria, and also Iraq. Kurds are actually the biggest ethnic group that still don't have a nation state till this day. The Kurdistan region of Iraq, which is this area that you see in northern Iraq, is the only area in all of bigger Kurdistan that is semi-autonomous, meaning that it has its own separate separate parliament, separate set of rules, regulations, and it's basically its own little kind of country, but not entirely autonomous. And this area that is highlighted in brown, as you can see with all its little tiny regions, that's the Slemania Governorate, which is located in northeast of Iraq. I am so proud to say that our city Slemani is known locally and throughout the entire country as the capital of culture, and internationally as well. We are recognized by UNESCO as the city of literature, because ever since the establishment of the city itself, many poets were born here, many actors, many artists. So our jurisdiction is basically known for its culture, and it's particularly a hub for local production in the entire country. So I'm very proud to say that. I will get into more of details about how this kind of manifests itself in the audiovisual sector. In terms of accessibility and the safety of our region, as you may know, Middle East can be a bit, we can have a bit of a question mark on, especially in Iraq. But because of what I explained a bit earlier, that Kurdistan is a bit separate from the rest of Iraq in terms of safety, it is actually one of the safest places in Middle East. And this also kind of reflects itself in the visa procedures, in the airports and whatnot. So we have visa for most nationalities. When you arrive to Slemani or when you arrive to Kurdistan, you have visa upon arrival. So your passport gets stamped upon your arrival here. It is entirely safe. You can have a very safe and stable filming environment while you come here and film in Slemani. We do have an international airport, which is the Slemani International Airport, and it's only 15 minutes from downtown of Suli. And it's very well connected to the other airports such as Doha, Amman, Jordan, Dubai, and whatnot. And we have almost all of the airlines operating in Slemani. So to talk more about what we do, a lot of our commission's vision and a lot of the work and a lot of the things that our commission stands for comes from our background and our history as Kurds, because coming from such a large ethnic group with no nation state, to have an actual country like, the rest of the world, one of our core missions is to put Kurdistan on the map, to put our little region that is so full of life on the map. And this is one of the main things that we do. We have stunning locations, we have services, we have everything that a film project would need. And this is what we do exactly, is we try to put this out there and show the rest of the world that we're here in this part of the Middle East, and we're offering our services and locations to the rest of the world. And we're basically the main point of contact. We want to build that bridge between the international community of the film industry and everything that they need regarding their productions and everything else that they may need on the ground. While with all that being said, locally, we're also building a new industry because we do have a lot of great filmmakers here. We do a lot of great films. Award-nominated films have been filmed here by great Kurdish filmmakers. However, the industry is still new. The audiovisual sector is still new. So what we're doing is we're helping build and professionalize this audiovisual sector from the ground up, so it has a more solid structure and professional foundation. We do this through capacity building programs. We do this with coordinating with industry professionals from all around the world. For example, we're in the works of building a sound stage in Slemani, and we're coordinating with professionals to help build one the city of Slemani. And we're also spreading awareness about the importance of this new industry to the local people, because many of the local people may not be so aware of how important this sector is, which is basically working through soft power rather than what we've been used to for all these years. To talk a little bit about our capacity building programs, we're not only working on the creative aspect of the training that we provide the locals, but we're also working on technical skills. We're working on workshops, labs, master classes for local filmmakers regarding script writing, regarding, again, more of the creative aspects of the sector. We're also helping build intensive and sustainable technical skill. So our crew here, our local crew here, can kind of be more familiar with how things are worked on in the rest of the world, and to make them more professional, and to have, again, this goes back to the point of building a more solid foundation for the audiovisual sector and industry in Slemani. So I'm gonna fit this in here. If you are a professional yourself, and if you're interested in helping to build this industry with us, I have my email here, and we have also our email at the end of the presentation, because we're looking for professionals to welcome them, help build this industry with us. By the way, Babi, if I'm going over something, or if you want to add something here and there, please let me know and feel free. So in terms of production support, we offer full-on production support from your visa, permits and logistics, transportation, commissioned staff, everything that you need here on the ground in Slemani. We can help you with all of these aspects. I'm not going to go over every single point in this slide, because we are going into it in more detail later on, but we offer everything in visa, your entry support. We take care of all of the matters regarding your permits, logistics, transportation, and you will also have the support of our commissioned staff, such as location scouts, translators, fixers, and we also have an extensive database of locations in our jurisdiction. We actually do have the biggest location database and the first and only location database basically in all of Iraq. It is available in our website. We have all kinds of locations ranging from mountains to dry lands to roads to old places to more modern places, and they're all categorized, and you can access this through our website that we have at the end of the presentation. But to talk more about location scouting, we offer a more enhanced location scouting. It's a complementary, and it's specifically for productions meeting a specific criteria. So this specific criteria, it's not a solid, bulletproof criteria that every production has to, go by, but when a production or a project is interested in coming and filming in Slemani, we do have a very thorough meeting with them at first, regarding their budgets, regarding how much of their crew is going to be local, everything that they need. And then according to that, we can offer them a complimentary location scouting that includes everything from the moment that they take off from their country to coming to Suli, and from everything that they do in Suli. And this again includes flights, visa services. We have great five-star hotels, VIP airport service, a protocol car that is going to be with them at all times, security, translator, everything. And then on the other hand, we have a beautiful office that we did not have the chance to share in this presentation, but we have a beautiful office space with all the necessities. You would have access to printer, coffee, internet, beverages, and then the commission staff as well, which is our location scout, cultural and production consultant. And this for us is usually they kind of like the location scout does the job of the cultural and production consultant because they're so in the field and they're so they're basically in the production field, so they know a bit about everything. So we have that as well. And this, I personally really love this location picture that we put up here. It's taken in one of the mountains. I think it's Medgapan. I believe it's either Medgapan or Dukan. It's all very similar. So another service that I'm very excited to talk about is something that we offer, and we know a lot of other countries offer this as well. A lot of other commissions offer this as well, but we do have, through our commission, you would have full access to military equipment such as weapons, soldiers, tanks, and this is all going to be free of charge. The only thing that is other countries, as I said, other countries offer it. We are kind of aware of that. Other countries offer it for, there's a certain fee on these military equipment and soldiers and whatnot. But however, with us, this is completely free of charge. The only thing that we would, it's a matter of, insurance and whatnot. If any of these things get kind of harmed or damaged along the way, there's insurance that is kind of going to be covered along the way. But the equipment types vary. As you can see, we have many tanks, weapons, small arms. Unfortunately, we cannot include everything in this presentation. These are just some of the examples, some of the older equipment that is they're mostly dating back to the Second World War, and they're mostly Russian tanks, as you can see. And I've put here and the names of I've put the names of the tanks and the equipment as well. But we do have a wider range and a catalog of newer equipments of all different kinds of equipments that is available upon requests for productions that require them. Because this is a matter of security of an entire region, that is why it is treated slightly more sensitively than the other things that we offer. But I just wanted to show you a couple of the equipments that we had. These are some of the other equipments. Again, these date back to the 40s, to the 60s, to the 70s, mostly Russian, mostly from the Soviet Union. So again, a more comprehensive, catalog is available for productions that require them. So to go on a bit more about the industry resources, as I've mentioned early on in the presentation, that Slemani has become the hub for culture, for arts, for talent. And because of this, it has nurtured and has allowed for a space for our local crew to kind of flourish. As Slemani, my apologies. Slemani has my power shuts off every now and then. I deeply apologize for that. Oh, it's back. Slemani actually has the largest and the most talented crew in the country. Every bigger production, mostly in TVCs, but every bigger production that takes place in the country, whether it's from the capital of the Kurdistan region or the capital of Iraq and Baghdad, they require their crew to be from Slemani because they're the most experienced and they're the ones with the most professional equipment. And basically, the city has at this point is known to be the hub of production in the entire region and the entire country. We do have around 15 production companies operating in Slemani. And what I would like to say about these production companies and these production sets is that our crew has been, they're more experienced with advertising and with bigger sets that are more oriented towards TVCs. But regardless of this, what we're trying to do as a commission is we're trying to bring this back to the film sector. And as you can see, I'm going to show you a video of our backstages and everything and how these sets are designed. But then we do have equipment rentals and rental companies and production services and our experienced crew, and we do set construction and offer second and third range roles. So these are just a couple of video examples, photo examples of sets that were built for different purposes and different productions. And I'm going to show you this video that we have of backstage works. So this is a video that we've put together to show you how the backstage looks like. And this fun fact about this, again, this entire crew and everything that you see here was filmed entirely in our zone in Slemani. The entire crew is from Slemani, and the entire equipment is also from Slemani, which is, as you can see, it's very lively and very vibrant, and we do have a very dynamic kind of crew here and a production atmosphere. So when you're in Slemani, I'm going to quickly over this because I think we're running a bit short on time. But Slemani is very, very easily accessible from Erbil, from Dukan and Halabja are some of the more sought after locations. It is just 40 minutes away. It's only 3 hours away from Erbil. And we have hotels, taxi services similar to Uber, and most locations are very easily reachable, and it's only by a 2-hour drive. So to one of our favorite parts is finally we're on to the section about locations. What Middle East is mostly known for, I think, yeah. So we have a wide variety of locations, and one of the things that our region is mostly known for, or what we're trying to tell the world that what our region has, is the diversity of our country, and it's the fact that we have 4 seasons visible throughout the year. We do have snow, we have dry lands, we have greenery, we have water, and it's something that kind of stands out in the Middle East because maybe Middle East is mostly known for having dry lands and big plains of desert. We have some of that as well, but we do have mountains, we do have snow, we do have 4 seasons. That is very rare for a country in the Middle East. Again, these are some more photos of our climate that show the 4 distinctive seasons throughout the year. And in most locations, you can experience the 4 seasons in one setting. And we have, to zoom in a little bit more on the cities and villages, we do have Slemani downtown, which is our old neighborhoods, narrow streets, bazaars, and more. One very special point about these locations is that these locations can generally stand in for other cities such as Tehran, Kabul, Syria. Our locations can stand in for these other cities. We also have more modern neighborhoods and gated communities and compounds, but I think our bazaars and the old towns have the characteristics of Middle Eastern bazaars. So when you have a production that, you know, you may want to have it represent Iran, for example. If you cannot go and travel there and film there, our locations can easily stand in for those locations. Or somewhere like Kabul, for example, somewhere like Afghanistan, for example. Oh, my God. And then these are other examples of these downtowns. I have these hanged these places that we have here, which is like little houses stacked on top of each other. That is actually Hawraman, which is called the Hanging Village of Kurdistan. It is such a unique place, such a beautiful place, and it's actually a stand-in for Kabul or Iran because these places do have a lot of similarities. Other photos are from the Koya Old Town, which is about 2 hours, an hour and 30 minutes from Suli. This is also a place that is very, very well preserved. And again, it's a very good, these locations are very good stand-in locations for other countries and other regions in the Middle East. These are just some other examples of these locations. These photos at the bottom are actually from a castle that dates back to the Ottoman Empire. They've recently renovated this, but have still preserved how it looked like from its own time and when it was functioning during the Ottoman Empire. Now moving on to one of the most unique locations that we have in Slemani, which is Tuni Baba. This is basically this place is a mythological spot because it is so old. It's, as you can see, this is the top upper view, and it's basically a very narrow path within the mountains. And however you walk within these narrow paths, this is what you see. It is so mystical and so beautiful. And there are many, many mythological stories about these locations, and especially Tuni Baba and this narrow path, as you can see here. I don't know how much of this is visible in the photo or if like you can actually tell, but this is actually 12 kilometers long. So, you know, all the narrow paths that you combine them all together, it is 12 kilometers long, and this is what it looks like from the inside. And then during the spring, there's also like a little water path that is, you know, flowing within the mountain. Another location that we have, this is a Sangao, which is a wide open dry land with endless views. This is a very, very dry desert. This is actually one of the drier, more hotter places, and it's basically like this all throughout the year. I know that we have snowy locations, but then we also have these dry lands as well. That is, you know, very, very beautiful. And then my apologies. And then on to more of our greenery locations. These locations are especially visible during the spring. You know, during the springtime, Kurdistan is abundant with green mountains, with greenery that covers the entire land, with water, with these little like waterfalls. These images or these videos, some of them are from Dukan Lake, which is a location only 40 minutes away from Slemani. Some of them are from Rania. Rania is also very, very close to Dukan, about an hour away from Slemani. And then again, this one right here is also Rania. And to be honest, this actually looks like a paradise to me. I don't know if I'm being entirely biased about this, but my favorite thing to do, which I couldn't get to do much of this year, is going on picnics, is going on boat rides here to try to enjoy the spring season as much as I can. And it is what this area is what I think makes Kurdistan mostly unique and kind of makes it a bit distinct from the MENA region in general, because other countries, as beautiful as they are, as stunning as they are, I don't think a lot of these countries, or actually Kurdistan, I think is one of the only countries that has this much diversity in the MENA region, has this much greenery, this much water, this much lake in the MENA region. And it's what makes Kurdistan kind of stand out more. These are more of, locations that have greenery. This is this area. I don't know if you can see my pointer, but this is only just 30 minutes away from Slemani. It is a beautiful place. Some people were actually saying, we've met some foreigners a while back, and they were saying how these locations kind of stand in for the mountains of Europe, which I think is beautiful. The other ones, as you can see, these are two different seasons, and the pictures are of the same lake. And then this other one is also Dukan. And we've had, yeah. And another location that we have is more caves and archaeological sites. We've talked about dry lands, we've talked about greenery, we've talked about mountains, but another thing that Kurdistan is very well known for is its archaeological sites, its cave, its ancient places. I don't know how many of you guys have seen the Netflix documentary, The Secret of the Neanderthal Caves. But we have caves here that date back to the Paleolithic era, which is thousands and thousands of years ago. They found remains of very ancient remains of like skulls and little, I think, plates and everything of dating back to 50,000 years ago, dating back to 20,000 years ago. And these are these caves. This is Jasana, Kunamasi. All of these archaeologists have found very, very ancient remains. And this one right here is called Bazian. This is actually the ruins of an old Zoroastrian temple, and it dates back to, I think, 4,000 or 5,000 years ago. And it's only 54 kilometers away from the city of Slemani. If you want to watch more of, Kurdistan's history in terms of caves and in terms of more archaeological stuff, you can watch this Netflix documentary. It's actually very, very interesting for us to see as well. So I had this video to show you. Oh, my apologies. Do you guys see my screen?
Your screen just dropped, Lena. We
Oh.
see the full screen with the participants.
Yeah. Give me
Thank you, Lena. That's okay. I think because the presentation finished already, and that was just the contact information. We can share it with you as well. And all of our videos that were prepared for this presentation will be in full quality on our website, and also on during a small event that we have at Cannes, which I am, before jumping right into the Q&As, I'm extending my invitations to whomever is going to be at Cannes. On May 14th, we will have a small event at Plage du Palme, where we present Kurdistan, and where a high-profile official will also be at the panel, who can answer all of your questions if you have any questions regarding safety, security, government support, military support, or anything else. And also during that event, we will be announcing something which is a flag initiative of our commission that I cannot just highlight at the moment, but it is for Dan. So yeah, that's it. And I hope whomever is at Cannes can come and visit us. And I will, with my team, will be at our booth at all time during the entire Cannes film market, which is also something that Lina can share in a text right now in the messages. So whomever wants to save it for later, or who wants to pass by, if you have up close information or you need anything you want to know about Kurdistan. Lina, can you share the booth number, please, in the message so everyone has it? And if you have any other question, or you want to visit Kurdistan, or you want to be a part of our FAM tour, the very first FAM tour that we are working on organizing, please reach out to us, email us, and we would love to include you in the list. That's it. So we are open for whatever questions you might have.
Yes, thank you very much, Bobby and Lena. It's great to have this presentation. I know a lot of information was covered. Please feel free, if anyone would like to ask a question, to just raise your hand or jump right in. If you'd like to share something on the chat as well. Lena, I'm looking to see if you can post the booth number in the chat. And I'm happy to post that too if you just want to speak it out. I can write it down. Does
I
anyone have any
actually do
questions?
have it in the
Oh,
chat, but I'm gonna copy and paste it once again for everyone to see. Oh, it's okay.
yeah, not
I
there.
think
So
I've
that's
only
great.
sent it to Anna.
Okay. Thank
My
you.
apologies. I thought I sent it to everyone. Yeah, there it is.
No worries. I I wanted to ask a quick question. I have a second one too. I don't want to hijack questions. So if someone does have a question, please feel free to speak up or write it down. But Lena, you talked about the archaeology sites.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have the ability as the Film Commission to work with, I know those sites are highly protected and highly sensitive. Does the Film Commission have the ability to actually work with the areas and provide an opportunity for filming, if not on them, around them, or somehow being able to utilize them in a shoot if if it's something that
Mm-hmm.
the producer finds necessary?
Well, I'm gonna answer this question due to my position as the Film Affairs consultant to the Deputy Prime Minister as well. And that is the very core. I'm very glad you asked this question because it really highlights what Nina mentioned in the beginning and the opening of the presentation, is due to the fact that this commission is under the umbrella of the Deputy Prime Minister's office, allows us and gives us more trust with the authorities that another office might not have. And because His Excellency and the office is also on the list of the cultural department of his office, is the one who's going and who's visiting and overseeing all the cultural sites and the archaeological sites. For example, not a year ago, there was another archaeological site discovered where the cultural department of His Excellency were present at all time. And that was the first question I asked them is, do we have access? And he said, as long as you respect the history, you have access. So as long as the same rule goes for the military equipment as well, as long as we are there with a specialized team who knows and protects the site, we have access to almost everywhere in Kurdistan, which another office or someone else outside this bureau might not get access of.
That's great to know and great to be aware of. Bobby, another question for you that I wanted to ask. So it's not unusual for a film commission to provide a location service, to provide scouting for any production that would be coming to town to want to understand more about what the locations actually look like. Can you talk a little bit more about the special provisions that are provided to? Oh,
I'm so sorry you cut up. I couldn't catch the last part of it. Can you repeat it?
oh,
I'm sorry.
sure, no problem. I was curious if you could speak a little bit more about what makes your location service very unique and quite outstanding for producers that are coming to your region?
As Lena highlighted, we are very aware, and I love to always be very realistic in my approach, because I already see my very favorite people from Jordan right now in the chat. And I believe, before answering your question, I really believe in collaboration between the region, because we all have something unique to offer, and that is what makes us so unique. When it comes to the locations of Kurdistan, let us be very realistic. No one knows anything about us. No one knows anything about our locations. And that's why I'm so keen on the location services that we have and the uniqueness of the location services that we have. We have plenty of mountains, but we have greenery. We have dry land. We do not have desert. That is the truth. And that's why working with the closest countries that we are surrounded by makes this so interesting. But the location services that we offer is actually my top priority, to make the way smooth to come in Kurdistan. And so people and productions are at ease to come at first, because that is the first thing they want to see. And that is, I think, in my humble opinion, what makes Kurdistan unique, is that the variation of the locations allows me to give them more service, allows me to cover them all. And to go back to the first question, is the fact that we are under an important office allows us to offer more location services than maybe if we were not under that office. And if I forgot to answer any part of your questions, Lena is free to jump in, because my dog drove me mad. This is very unprofessional, but he's just here. And that was the reason that I think my computer crashed at a certain point.
No problem, Bobby. I think you answered the question well, and I know Lena went over everything quite efficiently regarding the fact that there are opportunities for incoming producers that meet specific requirements to have complimentary hotel rooms, to have complimentary travel, etc.
And I want to highlight that part very, very much. I'm in the process of finalizing all the criterias, but at this moment, what is important is one-on-one case studies that we do. For example, not a while ago, we had a Canadian production who came here on a complimentary, full paid for location scouting, and it is because they knew exactly what they were looking for, and we offered them exactly what they wanted. And it is the fact that this country can stand in for the country that Lena just mentions, and due to the fact that it's really, really cost effective compared to maybe other countries in the region. For example, it looks so much like Afghanistan and Iran that they do not have to build sets. They don't have to build the streets. It is there, and it looks like Iran and Afghanistan in those cities. And the criteria at this moment is if the productions is almost sure about what they are looking for, that during the process of us communicating with them, they know that the location they're looking for, that almost they're going to find it here. And that's when I offer these services complimentary. In case they change their mind on filming here, that is also a possibility. Of course, it's a very creative process. We agree ahead of time how we will process in case they do not film in Kurdistan. So depends really on how prepared the production is when they reach out to us.
Very good. Well, I have not seen any other questions come in. One thing that I just think, again, is a great thing to highlight that was shared very early on in the presentation, so I know there were a few people that came a little late, is that the city center is just 15 minutes away from the airport, and that there are all different major airlines that are able to go to the Slemani region. So I just wanted to highlight the value that that brings to an incoming production. Well, thank you again, Bobby and Lena, for going through such a great presentation. If anyone I know you have your contact information up now, but AFCI is also able to provide connection and contact information too. So if anyone has any questions or any challenges reaching out, AFCI is able to provide that assistance. So hopefully everyone will be able to attend your event on the 14th of May at Cannes, and we're looking forward to seeing you in person. And thank you all again. We
Thank
wish you a
you.
very good
Thank you.
day.
Thank you so much for having us, and thank you, everyone.
Thank you,
Okay.
everyone.